Welcome back to the Green Screen, the only UNT sports news show. I'm your host, Evanson Frank Love. Boy, ain't it good to be back, but more importantly, ain't it good to see Mean Green sports? I've really missed our basketball team. It's a good thing our basketball reporter, Elijah Thomas, is here in the studio to give us an update. Elijah, how's your break been?
My break's been good. I've been feeling great, but UNT basketball in their last 10 games has not been that great. We're 4-6 in our last 10 games, and we're 14-11 period on the season. We're 5-7 in our conference games, and we're 10-4 at home. We've been protecting home court really well, but on the road, that's where our struggles have really been. We're 4-7 away. But last night, we got a big-time win, pushing the momentum forward into the season against Memphis, tied third in our conference. So that was a big win for us. We were the underdogs coming into that game, coached by Penny Hardaway. The last time that we played them, we lost 57-40 out on the road. But last night was a different story. Last night, you can tell that we really wanted to prove something to this team and really protect our home court in front of our home fans. And last night, we were coming in massively undersized. They have a lot of tall people on the other side. They got a 6'11" guy, they got a 7-foot guy, and our tallest guy on our team is 6'7". So, coming into this game, we had a lot of confidence going forward. We played with a ton of physicality. We played with a ton of confidence, and we crashed the glass well. We ran the floor really well. We got their bigs into foul trouble, and we forced 16 turnovers. So hopefully we can build onto this momentum, continue to protect our home court. And I got to talk to Buddy Hammer after the game about this big win.
The team for sure, that it boosts my confidence. They always talking to me, always saying positive stuff to me. Then again, once I take the court, I just close my eyes and I just say, God help me, God help me. So I give all the glory to God. So He just takes over for me, and then I just kind of just do my thing out there. I don't know, just confident in God, and just my teammates help me a lot.
As you heard Buddy Hammer speaking about, being confident in himself and being confident in God, you can tell there's a confidence building with this team. We're on a 2-game win streak. So like I said, coming into this game, we're massively undersized. We get a lot of length on the other side. And, our tallest guy is 6'7". So, being undersized, we ran the floor really well. We crashed the glass really well. And we won the rebounding battle. So that was a big thing for us. And Buddy Hammer was a swing factor in this game. He had some big dunks, as you can see earlier in the video. He had 2-3 offensive rebounds for himself. So that speaks volumes to, the coaching staff and the confidence that he has, like he said, in himself and he has in the team.
Yeah, who else was a standout player for you during last night's game?
2 standout players for me last night was Jashawn Stevenson and David Terrell. They've been great all year. David Terrell on the defensive side of the basketball, and Jashawn Stevenson as a 3-point shooter and attacking the rim. But they just did just that last night. Like I mentioned, there was a ton of physicality last night, getting into the gaps, getting into the passing lanes. We ran really well in transition, finishing attacking the rim, and they combined for 30 points combined last night, and they did well. And on defense, and they did well on offense. We played with a ton of pace, injecting a ton of life in this basketball team, and those were the 2 that really swung the game and really got injecting into this pace to this team.
Now, this is Coach Daniel Robinson's first season with UNT. Are you surprised at all by the start that he's had? We're 14-11, not so great, people would say. Are you surprised at all by that?
Well, looking at the record and seeing how much success he had at Cleveland State, you can say, okay, we're 14-11. It's not a ton of success here. We're probably expecting more. What he did at Cleveland State, but it takes time, right? I don't really think it's all on him, right? And like I said, I'm going to mention it again, we're not a completely tall team, big team. Our tallest guy is 6'7", so, physicality is what he brought to this basketball team, and confidence what he brought to this basketball team. And one thing that doesn't take a lot of camaraderie and a lot of continuity is defense, and that's exactly what we do really well. We battle, we compete, we play hard on that end, like we said, especially in front of our home fans. We're going to play hard every single night. The offense needs a little work. We're only averaging 70 points per game right now. We don't shoot the 3-ball well, but that takes time. That takes continuity. So in your first season, it's hard to, bring guys from Sam Houston, bring guys from Cleveland State, bring guys from California and put them all together and say, we're going to be one of the best teams in the country. It don't work that quickly. So, one thing, we got the defense figured out now going forward, and we can see we're building momentum, 2-game winning streak going forward. We can continue to build on that, and our offense will continue to click down the stretch.
I think that's one thing that a lot of fans be paying attention to also is the offense. Even though defense wins championships, but on basketball you do need both. It's a little bit different than it is for football. But fans, we want to see the excitement. We want to see the threes, the dunks, everything. And that's what people want to see getting brought. So do you think that from a fan's perspective, the defense is good enough to take away from what Daniel Robinson is bringing to the team?
Yeah, I mean, defense wins championship, but it's not kind of like football, it's like basketball. You need both sides, and the offense isn't just there yet. But one thing you know about this team, we're going to compete, we're going to play hard, and that's what the fans got a glimpse of last night, being at that game. So we got to talk to Jeremiah Richardson last night about to the fans and about how they viewed us playing hard last night.
Thank you, Elijah. I'm Jeremiah Richards, and today we are outside the UNT Coliseum where Memphis and UNT are playing, and we're going to be asking fans what they thought about the game today. All right, today we're here with
Jami.
And Jami, have you ever played any type of organized basketball before?
Not organized basketball, but I grew up playing softball. So.
And Jami, let me ask you something. Did you know Ashton Hardaway, Penny Hardaway's son, who is the coach of Memphis basketball, is on a basketball team for Memphis?
I did not know that. That's a good fact.
But today, did you notice that he did score 2 points in 20 minutes? Do you think that's any result of daddy's money?
Possibly, but then again, I also feel like if he's going out on the court and performing like that, regardless of daddy's money, he's putting in the work. So congratulations to him, but it's still Mean Green for life.
Steven, did you notice that Ashton Hardaway, Penny Hardaway's son, is actually on the Memphis basketball team?
I did see that, or I heard it.
And Steven, let me ask you something. If you and Ashton played one-on-one, what would the score be?
He's cooking my shit. Can I cuss? He's cooking my shit. I'm not gonna lie. To what, 21?
To game to 15. What's the score?
15-0. I ain't gonna lie.
15-0.
Brayley Johnson?
And Brayley Johnson. Have you ever played basketball before?
Yes.
Brayley, how did you enjoy today's game?
It was so good, actually. Like, I was hyped the whole time.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how loud were you cheering today?
Oh, 11.
And Brayley, let me ask you something. Me and you play one-on-one, right? What's the score? Game to 15.
You're definitely winning. My score would probably be like negative, so.
Okay. Thank you, Brayley. Today we're here with
Paola.
Paola. Obviously, you were at the UNT game today. How did you like it?
It was pretty intense towards the end, and I like that they picked it up.
And Paola, have you ever played any type of basketball, any type of sport?
Yes, I have.
How many points did you average in high school, Paola?
That's a bad question.
Paola, let me ask you something, Paola. Let me ask you something. If me and you play one-on-one, how badly would I beat you? Game to 15.
You wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
No.
15-0. And that's all we have for the UNT versus Memphis game, guys. Back to you guys in the studio.
Jeremiah, and also thank you to Elijah for giving us the UNT men's basketball update. Our men's basketball team, they do play this Sunday against Temple. That's an away game. Hopefully they can take some of the momentum with them that they had in this win and take it with them on the road and have some success for the first time. Now, before we get into our women's basketball team, our football reporter, who we all love, Jayden Rudd, he's at DACQ and he has a message for us.
Thank you, Evanson. It's so good to be back here on the green screen, especially talking about football. It's been 2 months, and as we know, the Eric Morris UNT era has ended. You know, he took a job to Oklahoma State in December, right before we were headed to New Orleans to play Tulane for, UNT's first American Conference Championship game. Not the way it didn't end the way we wanted it to. We finished 12-2 on the year, and that was our only loss, second to UCF, and who couldn't be happy with the season UNT had? We had a crazy offense, most rushing touchdowns, most touchdowns, I believe, both rushing and overall, most overall yards. Drew Mestemaker, American Conference Player of the Year, and then we do have Gabe Blair. Caleb Hawkins was first team. I believe he was first team all conference on freshman team as well. And Wyatt Young, Gabe Blair, and Drew Mestemaker were another first team all conference. There was a big overhaul with transfers that left, 17, but we do have 44 returning players. The only downside to that is that, there was only 3 that actually started a game, but you can't count those guys out. This is a homegrown team. 57 current players on the roster are from Texas. So it's something to especially look at at how the recruiting process has been going to getting players back in. But like I said, it's the Neil Brown era now. He spent a season at UT under Steve Sarkisian as a special assistant. He 3 straight 10-win seasons at Troy. And if you watch college football, you know Troy had those crazy years between 2016 and 2018. That was Neil Brown. 2017, they got that upset over LSU in Death Valley. So, UNT starts the season against Indiana. Indiana's reigning national champions. So something to look out for. Upset watch, I'm telling you. In 2023, West Virginia, Neil Brown had 6 seasons, at West Virginia before he went to Texas for this last season. And in 2023, West Virginia averaged 228.9 yards, rushing yards a game, and they finished with 32 touchdowns. So that's something to look out for with especially the transfer class we have coming in and the dynamic of the players. And, Jayden Beck's decided to stay, so that's going to be something good to know, is that we do have a returning player in that running back room, as well as Chris Jimerson staying. So that's something to look out for.
And particularly the DFW area is going to be home for us. And that's where during our contact period in January, that's primarily where we spend our time. And that's where the base of our football team is going to come from, either via the high school ranks or guys that left the DFW area and then came home.
This year has been dubbed Reload 2026. 52 transfers coming in, highlighted by former UCF quarterback Taven Jackson. He's a senior with a lot of experience transferring in. He has a career 62.8% completion percentage. We have West Virginia running back Jaheim White, who is a name to watch out for this next coming season. He has 2,200 total yards on his career, spending 2 years at West Virginia. He did get coached by Neil Brown in, I believe, the first year of his career. And then we have 2 linebacker transfers to watch out for. Zakai Barker from SMU, who has had 133 tackles on his career. We have Aaron Alexander, Arkansas State, 103 tackles on his career. O-line transfer, Henry Fennecu coming in from Missouri. He's from Fort Worth, so that's a big name to watch out for. Very exciting players coming in. And you think about the roster that we've had last year and who we have this year. So it's going to be something to look out for, because there's going to be very different dynamics. I believe a lot of the coaches that are coming in can keep UNT on that same steamroll that they have been on these last couple of years, especially on offense. And it's now just to keep the consistent defense. This offense that we've had these last 3-4 years has been ranking in the top 10. So not to compare, but, keeping on that train would be something great for UNT, and I believe all the fans, the school, and the team as well. So that has been football on the green screen. It's going back to you, Evanson.
Thanks, Jayden. We all miss you here in the studio, bro. I miss standing right next to you. But now, let's move on to our women's basketball team. And our women's basketball reporter, Mason Garcia, he's here in the studio with me. Mason, how was your break?
My break was good. I mean, I was watching some UNT women's basketball,
Yes,
everybody's
sir.
favorite sport here. It was okay. I mean, we're hovering around 500. We 13-11 record, but we have lost 4 of the last 5. So we've been kind of on a downhill slope.
They're in a similar position as our men's basketball team, but they're a little bit different because they are plus 500, like you did say. But who's been the standout player this season?
So Megan Nestor, I mean, at the beginning of the year, she was on Lisa Leslie's players to watch list. So it was kind of understood she was going to be one of the top dogs on the team. But she just got named Conference Player of the Week for the American Conference. She put up her 15th double-double of the season. She's had 4 separate 20-rebound games, which is just unheard of. And one of those was a 31 rebound performance against Texas Southern, and that really got her some national attention.
Yeah, I know our women's basketball team, they've struggled to shoot the 3-pointers, but that's not where their game is at. What is their identity as a team?
So the identity is just, working hard. I mean, that's how all the UNT basketball teams usually are. I mean, we talked about the men earlier. Working hard, getting after on the defensive end. And one of those players that's really shown that is Micaiah Chase. She's played in ton of different roles this season. She's been a starter, she's come off the bench. I mean, she's done everything. She's been a vocal leader. And the main thing is she turns those 50-50 balls into 80-20 balls, just like George Pickens.
Cowboys fan over here, huh? Just had to throw that out here. Are there any other players that kind of conform to this identity of the team and the success of it?
Yeah, I mean, the team, like we said, it runs through Nestor. She's probably the best player on the team. But the offense runs through Asia Proctor. She's averaging 13 points per game this year, which leads the team. She's one of the few true ball handlers on the team. I mean, we've had some injuries with the other ball handlers, but she's really one of the true ones that just makes the right play every time. She really reminds me of De'Aaron Fox when you watch her. I mean, she's got the ability to just stop on a dime, pull up from mid-range, and that's really one of the most unstoppable plays in basketball is just the dribble pull-up. I mean, if that doesn't work, she can drive to the paint, get to the line, so she's really versatile on the offensive end.
She can do a lot on the offensive end is what you mean to say. What's next for our women's basketball team?
So next game is tomorrow, Valentine's Day showdown against Tulane at 2 o'clock. So I would like to see a bunch of dates, pack the pit. Take your girl out to a UNT basketball game.
Show some love to our women's basketball team now. Thank you so much, Mason Garcia, for the update on our women's basketball team. Let's move on to our men's golf team. They just played in the Compadre Collegiate in Cancun, and I need to somehow get on this golf team because I have not been to Cancun yet. But they placed second in their tournament, which is amazing. Their best all season. Shout out to Alex Huang, Mitchell Meyer, Noah Blakener, and the entire team. Moving on, that kind of trickled down to our women's golf team because they had a great start also. They placed first in their duel versus Houston Christian in their last tournament. And on February 1st, they placed 9th in the Purdue Puerto Rico Classic. I have no idea what's going on with our golf teams. It sounds like they're going on vacation and playing in these golf tournaments, which is amazing. Shout out to them. But our women's golf tournament, their next one is going to be on February 23rd. That's going to be in the Chevron Collegiate in Humboldt, Texas. Shout out to both the men's and women's golf team, and good luck to them in their next tournament. Let's move on to our women's softball team. Our women's softball reporter, Matt Mehl, he's here in the studio with me. How are you doing today, man?
I'm doing great, man. Can't complain. Softball season started. Unfortunately, we did go 1-4 in our first tournament in Louisiana at the Twisted Vines Bayou Bash in Louisiana Classic. I was able to catch up with head coach Cody White, and here's what he had to say.
Last game for that first initial win, that was a big deal for us. We could have easily felt sorry for ourselves and just turned it into a just disastrous weekend. But winning that last game is going to give us a little bit of momentum coming into practice today, coming into practice tomorrow, and then playing on Friday, another tough schedule. And so now our girls see that we can do it. We can compete with anybody, and we're going to go out there and compete. And then you have Elizabeth Moffitt, another one that was just a highlight. I think she got named honorable mention of the American Conference. And so to see her flourish the way she did, she was like that all fall, and for her to come in and continue that was a strong positive.
To build on what Coach White said, Elizabeth Moffitt did have a great weekend, and a weekend where there weren't very many positives. Moffitt had a .429 batting average. She had 6 RBIs with 3 home runs and had an OPS of 1753. They were able to get it together in their last game in the tournament, beating UL Monroe 5-4. It really looked like they started to put some things together, which looks good and makes me excited for this next tournament they have coming up today, actually, which starts today in Starkville, Mississippi at the Snowman Classic.
Would you say Moffitt is the standout player during the tournament?
I would definitely say Moffitt was the standout player. I mean, she had 3 home runs in 5 games, which is huge. Wow. 6 RBIs. She even built on it today. They got a win today. They got a little win streak going.
Shout out to them.
Moffitt hit another home run today, and she's just looked red hot to start the season.
Man, incredible player. It sounds like Cody White, the coach, he just gives off this vote of confidence that even just hearing him speak, I felt like I was willing to lay down and go fight for his team and go hit 3 home runs myself, and he's a new coach coming in. What do you expect from him and the team?
With Cody, I expect some wins. He was a very good coach at Central Oklahoma. He's one of the winningest coaches at the D2 level. He won D2 Coach of the Year twice, actually. So I expect him to bring that winning culture to UNT. It's going to be a little tough. 11 new players, completely new coaching staff. It's not going to be something that happens overnight. And with this hard schedule that they have, playing against number 1 Texas Tech, number 4 Oklahoma, number 19 Mississippi State tomorrow, it's going to be something that they're going to have to build over time. And one thing that he really wanted to harp on was with this hard schedule, he wants to create resiliency within his team, and I really think that he's a coach that's going to be able to do that.
I was just going to ask you before I let you go, too. Do you think that there's a benefit to playing very tough teams, especially, for a first new head coach, his first season with UNT? Is there a benefit to that?
Absolutely. I think you find out exactly who your team is right off the bat. You're not going in, you're not playing cupcakes, you're playing against the #1 team in the country. You're going to figure out who you have on your team really quick, and you're going to find out just how resilient your team is because, these are tough games.
Yeah. So what's next for our women's softball team?
So they had the game today that they won. They look to make it a win streak of 3 against Rutgers at 5:30 today. And then they play Mississippi State and Murray State again tomorrow in the Snowman Classic. And on Sunday, they play Mississippi State again for a second time.
Very packed schedule. Shout out to them. Good luck. I wish them good luck. Thank you so much for an update on our women's softball team, Matt. Let's take it over and transition to our UNT track and field team. Our track and field reporter, Brandon Martinez, he's here in the studio. Brandon, what can you tell me about our track team?
Thank you, Evanson. Some pretty exciting news, some pretty exciting results. The Mean Green track and field team delivered an impressive performance last weekend at the OU Classic in Norman, Oklahoma, opening the season with multiple standout finishes and record-breaking efforts. North Texas earned 10 individual titles on the day, highlighted by several historic performances. Junior Phil Cotton set a new school record in the long jump with a mark of 7.72 meters, breaking a program record that had stood for more than 5 decades. His performance not only secured first place, but established an early season benchmark for the conference. Another big headline, senior hurdler Hendrick Hurdle broke his own school record in the 60-meter hurdles. Hundle's performance continues to be dominant, showing consistency in the preseason so far. On the women's side, Aaliyah McNeil had a dominant showing, winning both the long jump and the high jump. Her versatility and ability to score in multiple field events provides a major boost to the team's overall depth. Beyond the individual titles, the Mean Green recorded numerous personal bests across sprint, distance, and field events, signaling a strong preparation and momentum for the season. Looking ahead, North Texas will travel to Lubbock this weekend to compete in the Jarvis Scott Invitational hosted by Texas Tech. The team will aim to build on last weekend's success as this is the last meet before conference. And that's all I got for you today. Back to you, Evanson.
Thank you, Brandon. It just sounds like that's what UNT, that's what we do here for Mean Green Sports. We break records like you just heard. And good luck to our track team in their next tournament. Let's move on to our UNT Mean Green tennis team. Our tennis reporter, Josh Landers, he has some updates for us. Josh, what do we have?
UNT Tennis continues to turn heads, delivering an action-packed win against Stephen F. Austin 5-2 at War Ranch Complex right here in Denton, Texas. Freshman talent Pia Pedalensek took home her first victory last Sunday, delivering a crushing blow to finish off a single sweep by the young star. Her head coach, Amanda Stone, is incredibly hopeful about her and her progress and what Pia could potentially bring towards the team.
She is the type of player that I really love. She's super coachable. We've gotten her to really be comfortable, like being a little emotional in the court and really like using that stature that she has and really like yelling and being aggressive when she's hitting because she's got such big weapons. And I think she's just going to come into her own more and more. And I think she will be a really great competitor for this program. Come on!
Despite a hopeful win against SFA, North Texas fell to TCU 4-0 in Denton. UNT Tennis looks forward to this upcoming Monday, taking on Louisiana Tech and Weatherford College in a doubleheader at War Ranch Complex. North Texas continues to raise the bar and should look forward to a fantastic season.
Thank you, Josh. Man, I'm always looking forward to hearing so much great things about our Mean Green sports teams. And what better place to watch our Mean Green and get updates than the Green Screen, the only UNT sports news show here in Chilton Studios. I've been your host, Evanson Frank Love. We will see you guys next Friday.